A dog will come into kennels for early training at about 14 months of age. And so as soon as they come in, we try and make them feel as comfortable in their new environment as we can. So we have a nice simple routine for them to get used to. So they get toileted at the same time every day, they have their breakfast and their dinner at the same time every day. And generally we divide the day into 4 parts. So in the morning they'll have one session out training and one session in kennels with us. So in their time with us, they'll have some rest time in their kennels. If they're on their own in their kennel, then we will give them a nylon to chew on or a Kong to keep them occupied. And also we have various enrichment that we do with them during this time. So we have the field that we'll take them for a run in. We take them in groups of 4, groups of 2. We've got enrichment tools down there. We interact with them as well as it being a nice time for them to have a good interactive time with the other dogs as well. We have toy time, we have outdoor areas for them to play with the toys and tubes for them to run through and tyres for them to jump in and out. And we have indoor areas as well for when the weather's not so good. We have some nice wooden puzzles for them to play with. We can hide treats in the puzzles and they have to kind of use their problem solving skills to get the treats out. And also we've all been trained in Tellington Touch, which is a massage for the dogs. So we feel that they would benefit from a nice kind of quiet time. Then we can get them in and have a bit of a massage one-on-one time with the dog as well. All of our facilities here were purpose-built, so we were able to choose the design of our kennel block. So we opted to have a horseshoe design for our kennels. That means that rather than traditional style, whilst there is a long run of kennels and the dogs would either be looking at other dogs in kennels or a wall, which could lead to some stress situations, they're actually all in an area where they're able to view the kennel kitchen. So whilst they're in their kennels, they're able to look in and see us, see what we're doing. So they've got something to look at whilst they're resting. Also, we've got underfloor heating in our kennels, so it's quite nice for them during winter. They've got a little warm area to go to, or if they want to get away, we do have a raised area in there for them to go to as well. We have a sound system in there, and we have some nice kind of calming doggy CDs that we can play to them if we want to. Around fireworks, we can play them special click CDs, which allow them to get used to fireworks quietly and in a nice calm environment as well. So in addition to looking after the dogs' enrichment needs, we also look after their health as well. All of the dogs are groomed daily if we can, at least 3 times weekly whilst they're in. This is a really nice kind of bonding time between us and the dogs. It's nice to get them in and have some one-on-one time. Most of them really enjoy this process as well as that obviously it gives us a really good chance to check the dogs over as we're grooming them. We're looking for any abnormalities. It gives us a chance to get really used to seeing what the dogs look like when they're fully fit and well. So if there is anything that goes wrong, we're able to pick up on it really early. As well as grooming, all of our dogs do get physically checked and weighed once a week as well. So we bring them into the grooming room and they have their ears, eyes, mouth, nose, feet checked as well. Weigh them once a week as well, make sure nobody's putting on weight, losing weight. And again, it's really good for the dog to be used to be handled in this way. It means if something does go wrong in the future, they're usually fully happy and at ease with having people touching these areas because they're used to having it done every week. So whilst we're doing the grooming, whilst we're doing the physical checking, we do make this as pleasant an experience as we can for the dogs. So they'll get lots of praise, cuddles, strokes, and the odd treat as well when they're doing what we ask them to on the table. The dogs come into kennels for early training, and if they're in for the autism scheme, they'll usually stay with us for around about 20 weeks. Whereas if they're in the disability scheme, they'll usually be in for around about 16 weeks. And it is slightly variable depending on how fast they progress through the different stages of their training. But at that point, they will then go on to advanced training, And when they're at that stage, we will generally take them out of kennels, get them out with a temporary boarder, so they're kind of getting used to, you know, the time when they'll be matched and go out with a client. They'll be back in the home environment again. Some of our dogs are going to be matched with clients who are going to want them to take to work with them. So they may be working in an office area. So we try and put these dogs into an office area whilst they're on site as well, so they can get used to this as a different environment too. So instead of being in their kennels whilst they're not being worked, they're used to being able to kind of relax and have their downtime in an office area, and then they'll be able to be used to this area when they go out and they're with their client whilst they're at work as well.